When you're stopping drinking alcohol, you have to look at things from a blame perspective. You've got to look at things, I think, from two different perspectives. And each of these perspectives is not mutually exclusive. So the first one is that you are not to blame. You're not to blame for the drinking because this is the way it was. I mean, I drank for over 30 years and I didn't think there was anything wrong with what I was doing to myself. It was only when I got to the stage where I was suffering from the consequences of that drinking, both physically, mentally, and in my life. So three areas that I really started to question what I was doing. And it was only then that you step across the line into another perspective of blame. So we've got so many cultural influences, we've got so many familial influences, so your parents, your brothers and sisters, you've got social influences from your friends and from people around you, and it's just an expected thing to do depending on where you live. So it's very contextual. At the same time, once you understand what you're doing to yourself, once you see that putting this poison into your body is not a good thing for you on any level, then you start to shift the blame to yourself, and you start to say, well, it's me that's putting it inside my body, it's me that's lifting my arm, it's me that's opening up the bottle, it's me that's pouring the bottle into the glass. But at the end of the day, it's me that is emptying the contents into my mouth and swallowing them. And I'm doing this over and over and over again. So if I had known these things, if I had been taught differently when I was younger, then it would have been my responsibility all along. From that beginning time, when you first swallow alcohol, your body is trying to tell you in so many different ways, in very basic ways, not to do it. There is a tendency to vomit, the world starts spinning around. There's just a whole load of negative feelings that should point you in the direction that you should be going, but we don't. So we ignore those and we push through them because we have to get the acquired taste, and we have to accept that as part of the buzz that we're getting, there's going to be this little negative side. And it becomes sort of a game of, you can handle the drink, you can handle the hangover, you can handle this, you can handle that. So it becomes sort of a macho thing from a male perspective. I'm not sure what the equivalent is from a female perspective, but I suspect that it's something very similar. But like I say, once you get to a certain stage and you understand what it is that is happening, then you have to start blaming yourself. And this is where I think the disease theory falls down hard on its face, because it's another cop-out. It's like, well, I can't blame myself. This is not my fault. So it's something else. It's something within me that I can't do anything about. And if you have that attitude, if you have that belief in yourself, then it not only gives you an excuse, but even if you're trying to stop, it makes it a lot more difficult for you to make the changes happen, because you've always got this thing to fall back on. We always say that in Habits Unplugged, you have to be 100% committed to doing this, because if you are only 99% committed to stopping drinking alcohol, it's in that 1% where you will find all your excuses, where all the shit things will happen to you. Do you get what I mean? So it's the same thing here. If you're looking for blame, if you don't take 100% responsibility for your drinking, once you understand what's happening, then the blame lies firmly on your shoulders. So there can be a situation where you are not to blame, the alcohol is to blame, but you are to blame because you understand. So you start out not being to blame. The culture, your family, your friends, these are all influences that are pushing you in a certain direction. But then once you get past that level and you start to understand that there are severe consequences to how you live in your life, whether it's alcohol or not. You know, this works the same with anything else. Then you've got to start really looking at yourself. And once you do that, then from that moment onwards, you're the one that's to blame. You know, if you don't stop every time you put alcohol inside your mouth, you're the one that's to blame. So, just think about it. The next time you sat down and you're tempted to lift that glass, think about that. There is no one else to blame but you. As usual, all these videos are sponsored by Habits V2. There's a link down below to our program. We'll help you to not only stop drinking alcohol, but get the alcoholic thoughts out of your brain to get to a stage where you are completely happy and enjoying your life and you're never going to think about alcohol again. That's our goal. If you haven't subscribed, click on that subscribe button and the bell notification to get more stuff. And yeah, keep the alcohol out of your mouth. That's the basic stuff. It's the basic principle of this. You know, if you do that, you've got that foundation stone for moving on to anything else. Take care and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.